Good morning. This is my first video. I got a new phone, so this is on the iPhone 11X Pro. I think that's what this thing is called. Yeah, I don't know how to get it to turn the other way. I prefer my videos to be the long way, but I haven't really quite figured out how to completely use this phone or work it. And honestly, because I need glasses, I can hardly even see where the camera is. So I might be looking, I feel like I'm looking at you, but I'm probably not because your girl just can't see. I'm supposed to wear glasses. Um, Before I get started, I do want to acknowledge all the things that are going on in America right now, and I just pray that justice is served and that we can all just truly love each other as the Bible commands. Love your neighbor as yourself, and less of these things would happen. And everyone is our neighbor no matter what they look like. So, with that being said, my condolences are with all the families that have lost people. It's very sad, it's very heavy, but that's not what this video is about. But I did want to acknowledge it before I jump in. So I have had my skincare sinking in for about 10 minutes. I'm doing a photo shoot today. It's going to be predominantly indoors. And we're doing kind of a monochromatic theme. So the color is going to be orange that I'm going to be doing my makeup, and I'll be wearing predominantly orange clothing. And then I'm going to bring a lime green dress as well, just to see if he's interested in shooting me in that as well, because I feel like orange and lime green go well together, and I think it'd be really pretty, and it wouldn't take away from the dress or how I look and everything. So we're going to jump right in to getting ready. So the makeup I'm doing is fairly simple. The hair I'm doing is just washing. This is day 2. We'll stretch it and style it, but right now I just have it pulled back in a loose ponytail. So let's hop right in. For primer, I'm going to use, I didn't think about what primer. I know what foundation. I thought about most things, okay, because y'all know sometimes I'm not prepared. For primer, I'm going to use the Touch and Soul. Don't want to use Touch and Soul. Nope. For primer, I'm going to use the ColourPop All-Star Matte and Blur Primer. I really like this stuff. And that's the texture. It's kind of like a thicker lotion. You see it's kind of running down my finger. And I'm going to apply it quite liberally, focusing on the center of my face. Thankfully, my skin is doing pretty good. It's pretty smooth, and I have hardly any breakouts, so that is a blessing. I've been using something new that I think has really, really helped. So I'll talk about it a little bit later on. Oh, I couldn't see what you said. It disappeared. How do I find what people said? Oh, you said my hair looks pretty. Thank you so much. I figured out one thing. How to get that to pop back up. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, it's not done yet. This is just like a janky ponytail. But we're going to stretch it. I'm going to wear it down for the photo shoot. It is day 2 hair, so it's kind of stiff. You'll see. That's why I prefer day 3, 4, and 5 over day 1 and 2. Day 1, it looks just very flat and just crunchy. But by day 3, it really has volume and movement. So yeah. That ColourPop primer is really, really good. It really does kind of matte the skin and blur it, but it's not overly mattifying, which is one of the reasons I wanted to use it today. For foundation, I'm going to do a slight cocktail, not an extreme one, but a slight one. I'm going to use Estee Lauder Double Wear. Oh, y'all can see my chair behind me. I have random stuff on that chair behind me. Sometimes I like to sit down. And I wear the shade 7W1 Deep Spice. This is basically a perfect shade match for me. But I want to add to it a little bit of the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover Foundation. I wear the shade W06. So I'm going to add just a little bit of this to the Estee Lauder. So let's start with this one first. Shaking it up very well. This camera quality is so much better. How's the lighting? Should I turn it that way? Should I turn it this way? I don't know. I feel like the lighting is okay. It's very difficult because the bathroom lights are above, and then I have one light next to me. I don't know, I feel like I show up more true to color in this lighting. You can really see like how golden my skin is. But yeah, I'm excited for this photo shoot. I haven't modeled in a while. You know, I took a step back because, you know, I'm a teacher full time and I've been working at Ulta, so I haven't really modeled in a while. So should be fun. The photographer, he seems pretty cool. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now I'm going to take the cover cream, Vision cover cream, and I'm going to take one pump, which quite a bit comes out. I'm going to kind of place that around the perimeter. And over the top of my lip because I have hyperpigmentation there. This stuff is super, super like full coverage, but I really like the tone of it. It's very warm, so I feel like it goes with my skin really well. So now I'm gonna blend those with this BH Cosmetics V12 brush. So this is one of their vegan brushes. I'm just gonna work them together. They're basically the exact same shade. You're going to see I use mostly patting motions because that's how I get the most coverage. I am taking it down on my neck because I do have a few scars on my neck. But I already have my palettes ready and everything. Everything else is already like good to go when it comes to products. Well, I didn't think about concealer, but I'm not really too concerned about concealer. All right, so I'm really gonna make sure that, wow, I look so shiny. The Danessa Myricks is more of like a luminous dewy finish. Wow, I look so shiny and I look like I have on like 1,000 pounds of foundation, which is really funny to me. Because when I put powder on, it doesn't look like that, but that's okay. So now I'm just patting it in, really pressing it into the skin. And I chose both of these because I knew I could do one layer. I don't want to layer up a bunch of products on my face. I'm trying to just do one layer and just a little bit of concealer under my eyes just to add some dimension to my face. But y'all know I don't really highlight like that. It's not my thing. And I also prefer doing my own makeup because I haven't really met anyone that does my makeup, I feel, as good as I do my own makeup. So now that I look very wet and luminous, we're going to make sure I really get around my nose because that's the place sometimes where it can show. And also tapping into my hairline. I've decided I'm not gonna lay my edges. I'm just gonna leave my edges as they are for this shoot. I'm not really trying to be super duper glam. I'm not wearing lashes either. Basically, I'm doing kind of what I would normally regularly do. I like to look like myself, like how I normally do my makeup. So that's what we're going with. For concealer, I'm going to do a cocktail. I'm going to do the Pat McGrath Labs concealer in the shade Deep 30, her Skin Fetish concealer. And that's going to be kind of the first one. I'm only going to put concealer under my eyes. So that's that. You can see how I applied that. Next, I'm going to go with a little bit of the CoverGirl True Blend Concealer. This is way neutral. This is just the shade Deep 70. You can see the Pat McGrath is very warm. This is way more neutral. So I'm going to blend that kind of overlapping at the bottom of it. Woo. And then lastly, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer in the shade C13. I really like this one because it doesn't crease on me. And this one is kind of, it's brighter than the other two, so it's going to give a little bit of brightness. I'm just going to add just a touch of that. And honestly, I've been loving blending out my concealers with a brush versus a sponge. So let me find a brush to do that. I have honestly been loving it. Was this the brush I used last time? No, this is a little too fluffy. All right, yeah, I found one. So I like to use a brush like this that's kind of dense, but not super duper dense. And I just go in and I tap and blend all the colors together. Making sure I really get under my eye. And you can see it adds a very, very subtle brightness. And I'm also going to put some over my lid. That's how I like to prime my eyes. And these concealers are more on the matte side, so that area is now not as shiny as the rest of my face, which is fine because we're going to powder anyway. I'm just tapping it in, blending it out. I do have my coffee next to me. I need to drink that. Because I was up late because we had a international singles devotional last night. And I was leading a group discussion. I'm glad my group was kind of small. This was my first time ever doing anything like that in terms of God's kingdom and like with other disciples and things. So it was really nice. It was really good. I was really thankful that the people in my group really were open and like really wanted to discuss our theme, which was striving as one. And one of the sisters from my church, one of the ones I actually studied the Bible with and who baptized me, she made sure to join my group, and it was really comforting to see a familiar face. And the person I was partnered with, because they choose like a male and a female lead, he was somebody that I had met before as well. So it really made me feel a little bit more confident. I was still very nervous, but I became way less nervous as soon as the first person like joined our chat room, because this is all on Zoom. And he just literally just started talking, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be fine. Because you know, sometimes it's hard to get people to like open up and discuss things, especially when it comes to like their spiritual health and their spiritual relationships and their spiritual goals. So yeah, so I have blended out my concealer. I really like the way everything is looking. I like the tone of everything. So that is wunderbar. Now it's time to set with powder. And the powder I'm going to be using to set my under eyes is Pat McGrath, her under eye powder, and it's pressed. I love this powder. It is so blurring. It is so smooth. I know you can't see me because I'm getting out the drawer. It's so blurring, so smoothing. It's so good. You can see that light. It's so bright on my face. But it's not overly drying because I can suffer from dry under eyes sometimes, so I have to be careful. There we go. No. Oh. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use this brush from BH Cosmetics. It's an angled brush. It's really angled and really flat, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I press out any creases. Make sure everything is like evenly coated. Here's the powder. I use the shade Deep, of course. So it looks like I have been using this thing up. It was rounded and now it's starting to get flat. I really like this brush because see how flat and slanted it is. So I literally just tilt my head down and I look up and I press this powder under the under eye area first, and then I go back and do my lid. And the tip is very flexible, as you can see, so I can really work the powder into the fine lines under my eye. Like it just blends everything. And you can see how smooth the area is now. I also really like this powder because it doesn't add any additional brightness, because I don't really like the super bright highlighted under eyes. It adds like a tiny bit, but it doesn't really take away from the color that you put down. It doesn't like change it completely because that's not what I want. I just want it to be set, to be smooth. And this powder does that so well. All right, I'm just gonna tap this side out again, just in case. Even though these concealers don't really tend to gather and crease and bunch up very easily, but just because I am doing a photo shoot and I'm pretty sure we're gonna do some like beauty style portraits where he's gonna be all up in my face. I just wanna make sure that everything is as smooth and creaseless as possible. But yeah, I really like this, the way this brush applies powder. I'm also going to make sure I go over my brow area. I set my brows with whatever powder I set my under eyes with too. And down by the sides of my nose as well. You see how I'm starting to slowly get more matte? But this powder doesn't dry out my under eyes. I really have to stress that because I can get dry under eyes. It's also 90% humidity outside, which is like no bueno for like makeup wearers. And it's like 78 degrees, which is not super hot. But you know, if you've ever been in a humid climate with makeup on, you know that it can get just uncomfortable. I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is actually an eyeshadow brush, but I like the size of it and the shape of it to literally go down the bridge of my nose with the Pat McGrath powder that I used under my eyes. This is how I like to highlight my nose. I don't like to put concealer on it, but I will like put a lot of powder and kind of let that area bake so that I get kind of a distinct line. But then I blur it out when I apply powder to the side of my nose. But this helps to add some dimension to my face without adding liquid or cream product. I prefer to use mostly powder products because I have more oily skin. So somebody who has more dry skin might prefer more cream and like liquid products to add dimension to their face. Whereas for me, I prefer powder because it just smooths and helps absorb oils. All right. So this is just how my face is looking now. I still have a lot of sheen and glow around the other areas. So I'm taking my foundation brush and I'm patting out my forehead creases. I can get 2 creases in my forehead sometimes. With certain foundations it does it, with other ones it doesn't. So I really like to make sure that I really set my forehead very well. And today, to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use a pressed powder and then I'm going to buff over my face with a loose powder. A lot of powder, because powder really just smooths you out. And I'm going to grab those now. So the pressed powder I'm going to use is my Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder. I love this powder. It is crushed though, because I did, I've told the story several times, but I did a Target curbside pickup order and the person who made it, I don't think they realized that it was cracked, and so they gave it to me crushed, but that's fine. I'm still going to use it, but this is like one of my OG favorite face powders. I'm going to take a flat powder brush and I'm going to literally coat my brush, knock off the chunks because I don't want chunks on my face. So it looks like that. And I'm going to press this powder everywhere on the perimeters that I didn't set yet. And you're going to see me kind of brush over those areas. This is in the shade Milk Chocolate Finish. This is the darkest that they have. Now remember, this is a finishing powder. So to me, it is more, it looks more lightweight on the skin. It doesn't look heavy at all, but it really does a great job of smoothing, blurring, mattifying, and setting my skin. And as you can see, I'm using pressing motions. And then when I feel like the whole face is covered, I do kind of blend a little bit. So I'm going to show y'all the difference between this side that I just did. You see how smooth I am? You see how smooth? I didn't do the side of my nose yet, but you see how smooth it is Also, my skin in person, it looks like it's my skin. It doesn't look overly heavy or like cakey or anything like that. So I love this Black Radiance powder. And you can see the difference between this side and the way this side looks. That's not set yet, how glowy and dewy it still is. So now we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. I also need to do my mouth. Under the chin, go down that area where I had those scars that I covered up. I go over my ears. Hello, Abigail. Guten Morgen. I need to drink some coffee. Take a coffee break after I'm done setting my face. I go over my ears too, just so that all the tones are like matching, you know? Just a way to make sure everything's well blended and that there's no distinct random shade variations. Then back to the forehead. And I'm really pressing it into my skin. And that's how you get your makeup to last and like not melt in humid, warm, sticky environments like South Carolina / Charlotte, North Carolina. And it also just gives like an airbrush, very smooth finish to the skin. I'm looking smooth. How did you become a model? I love that question. Great question. So to become a model, and this is about to sound like I'm being like maybe a little bit rude, I think, but you just audition. So you look for castings. If you're like wanting to model on a show or model for a specific designer, you look for casting calls, and then you go to the casting call and you do a audition in person. Sometimes there are castings online where you send in videos or professional pictures of yourself, or it doesn't have to be professional, but like very clear pictures of yourself, so that they can see like what you look like, your dimensions, your bone structure, and all of that. And now I'm taking the powder on the side of my nose, as you can see, and I'm going over the middle where we put the Fabergraph powder to blend it. So yeah, you just audition. Sometimes once you've modeled for a while, like I have kind of a portfolio, I have work that's out there, and I've modeled a lot in this area. So I don't want to say I'm well known, but I'm kind of known, like I'm a familiar face. Sometimes photographers and certain designers will reach out to you, especially if they're people that you've worked with before and you did a good job and you vibe, you get along well. They might just call you. You don't have to audition anymore. They'll just be like, hey, I'm doing a show here. Are you available? Especially if they already like know your size and your dimensions, that means they don't have to like alter any clothes or anything like that. They already know it's going to fit you. Like they know what you look like. They know your walk. They know, your vibe. So yeah, you just audition and then, stay active with it so that people know you, and then people will call on you because you're dependable and you're professional. So that is how I became a model. I started when I was in college, so I started at the age of 18 years old, and now I am almost 28. Wow, it's been 10 years. I do it more as a hobby and for fun than for pay, but I have been paid in the past via like cash, check, virtual electronic deposit. Also been paid in the form of like being able to keep clothes, shoes, bags, jewelry, accessories, things like that. I've also been paid like a trade. So I model for you, but you give me X amount of edited pictures to add and build up my portfolio. So there's different ways you can go about it. But yeah, just make sure that you're safe. That's kind of one reason I waited until I was in college, when I was an illegal adult, because my parents, mostly my mother, was like super paranoid about, because there are scammers and things out there. The world is the world and you just want to be safe. So I would often bring a friend or like, have somebody wait in the car for me when I went in to go do my casting, and they would just go get lunch or something in the area just so that I could be safe if anything were to go down, or if it doesn't feel right, then just don't go. But yeah, it can be scary if you're like starting on your own, or if you're super young, like when I started. All right, y'all. So my face is set. It looks really, really good. Basically, I look like how before I started, but with flawless skin. That's very smooth and with no acne scarring. I'm just showing you my chest so you can see how everything's blending together. Everything's meshing. So now let's add even more dimension with bronzer and contour. So at the moment, my favorite bronzer is from Fenty Beauty, and it's Mocha Mommy. And this is a shade that has depth and it has warmth to it. But then I also ordered one of the Revolution Glow Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer, but I got the shade Deep, and this is too dark for my skin, and it comes off a little bit more cool toned. So I'm going to use this to kind of contour. So I'm going to start with this one first, and I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics It's My Ray Ray brush. I'm going fast today with my makeup. I think because I kind of knew exactly what I wanted. Thank you so much. I'm not even halfway done. And I'm just going to go right in the hollows, kind of starting where the top of my ears, you see that right there? And I'm not going to go any lower. I'm just going to add a little bit of this one. You can see it's a lot deeper than my skin is, and it's very cool toned on me. So I'm going to add a little bit, and I'm not going to go past the end of my eye with this one. And I'm going in the hollows and like slightly onto the cheekbone. And I'm just blending back and forth with this one. This is really gonna help snatch my face in pictures. Like, look how kind of like when I turn my head slightly, how that's what contour does. Now for the other side. But I don't want it to go too low, and never past the edge of my eye with contour for me, for my face shape and my preference. I'm just really, really kind of diffusing it out. All right, that's enough of this shade. Now we're gonna go, so that was more of a contour. It says bronzer, but I need a lighter shade. I think I need the shade dark, but it's sold out, like, you know, that thing flew by. Taking a quick coffee break. I have some Victor Allen hazelnut coffee with regular creamer and like 4 tablespoons of sugar, but this whole thing is like full. So I'm guessing this is probably about 32 ounces of coffee. It's huge. You can see it's the same size as my head. And I drink one of these every morning. So good. Yum, so good. Sorry, thank you for waiting. So now using the same exact brush, I'm not going to wipe it off or anything. I'm going to go into the bronzer from Fenty that is more appropriate for my skin tone. It's not as dark and it's more warm, so it's actually going to bronze. You're going to see I'm going to place it slightly overlapping, but a little bit higher, like on my actual cheekbone. And I'm bringing it further. I'm bringing it more towards the center of my eye where the pupil is. Almost like how you would apply a blush. But I'm overlapping and bringing it a lot lower. And this is going to add warmth. It's also going to add dimension. And by using the same brush, it helps to blend the 2 shades together seamlessly. I really like the way bronzed cheeks look, especially like on deeper skin, on my skin tone. I think it looks really pretty. And it photographs really nicely. I do not want to wear blush, so I almost use bronzer like blush too. Like, I don't know. I've been kind of back and forth with blush. Like, I'm wearing blush and I don't want to go back and forth. But yeah, I'm not wearing blush today for this look. I'm just going to do bronzer and highlight. So yeah, we're bringing that down way lower, and I'm placing it higher, like actually on my cheekbone. I hope you're seeing the difference between where I apply the contour and the bronzer. I want to be as detailed as possible, for people that are watching to get ready for a photo shoot. This is way extra, but I'm only 12 years old. Do you think I should wait? You can start now, but you just have to have your parents on board. That's the biggest thing. Your parents need to go with you because they're going to have to sign all the forms and the waivers for you since you're not a legal adult yet. Yeah, 12 is actually a really great age to start. When I was 12 years old, I was 5'6", and I wore a size 12 shoe. So I was almost the exact same size that I am now. And then by the time I was 14, I was the exact same size that I am now, but about 12 pounds less. I weighed 125 pounds. Now I am 137 pounds, and my goal is to get to 140 because I want to be a little bit, I'm not even like full, but like, I don't know. I just want to be, I want to weigh more. I want to look, I don't know. To me, no, I'm not going to say that. I just want to weigh a little bit more personally because I'm not really modeling anymore. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. If I were modeling like as a career, then I would not be trying to gain weight. I would want to stay around the 125 mark. But yeah, that's not really my focus. That's why I don't really do it as much anymore. Oh, I'm also tapping this bronzer around my forehead, the perimeter of my forehead, to add some warmth there. I don't want to take it too low though. It's very subtle. I like subtle. I don't want it to be too much because I want the skin to look somewhat realistic, but still gonna look like makeup, but like not too drastic. All right. I'm gonna lightly tap into this contour shade again. And I'm gonna take a little bit of that overlapping around the perimeter as well. Overlapping just to mix a little bit of that contour shade in there to get a little bit more depth and dimension on my forehead, and then with whatever's left over I'm going to go on the sides and the bottom of my nose again. Awesome sauce. So that is it for like bronzer and foundation and powder. So now we still need to highlight with highlighter. Sometimes I wear highlighter, sometimes I don't. It just depends. Sometimes I wear blush, sometimes I don't. Depends if I want to be matte or not. But one thing I like to do is the brush I use to apply the face powder. I will take that brush and go over the portions where the bronzer and the contour meet my natural skin tone. Just to make sure that everything's blended. I'm like lightly dusting over those areas just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. Hashtag no harsh lines over here. All right, let's move on to highlighter. I'm gonna use Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb in Cognac Candy. That's been my go-to for the past, I don't even know how long, since I received it in the mail. So it's like this. It's really pretty. See, it's very golden. I could use like straight up orange highlighter, but I kind of want the highlight to be golden. And I really like this one because of the way the glitter shows on your skin. I'm just gonna use a fluffy, like really big, like if you had a really big eye, I guess this could be a crease brush for you. I'm gonna use this brush to apply it. So I'm literally just sweeping it onto my cheekbones. I really like this because you can really layer it up. Now it is glittery. So if you don't like glitter, then do not get this highlighter. I live in South Africa. It's hard to find good agencies. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know much about South Africa. There's a teacher at my school from South Africa. She's pretty cool. Love the accent. When I first heard the South African accent, it reminded me of the German accent. That's where I was born, in Germany. Yeah. Trying to think. So if I were you, I would follow models on, if you have social media or if your parents have social media, ask them, or you can do your own research, you know, your middle school. Research models from South Africa that are successful and see who they started with, learn about their stories, and maybe that'll give you more of like insight onto like what agencies that they started with or who they might recommend. Yeah, I feel like that would be a good place to start because I don't know anything about it. And if I went to a new country and I didn't know, I would look up successful models from that country and figure out what agency that they were with. Yeah, that would be my course of action. And there's a lot of agencies that are kind of based all over the world. It's like your really big ones like Ford, IMG, Wilhelmina. They're based in several different countries around the world. I don't have an agency because I just do work locally. And I don't want to make it my full-time career. Like, I just do it for fun, like I've mentioned. But if I were going to pursue it as like a full-time career, that would be my route, is look at what agencies are the top models in my area with. Do my research about the agency, and if I feel comfortable with it, my parents feel comfortable with it, then I would move forward and see if I can get a casting call with them or go to an open call, because sometimes agencies hold those as well. But yeah, just research, practice walking in heels, just take pictures for fun, learn, what looks best with your body when it comes to like posing and things. Just learn as much about yourself so that you can be confident when you go in to start your career. And I wish you the best of luck. That's really exciting. All right, so you can't really see the highlighter on camera, which is funny, but I have on highlighter. And I'm just layering it up, layering it up, layering it up. It's so pretty. I love the sparkle and the way it just glistens. It glistens on your skin. I'm gonna put a little bit down the bridge of my nose with my finger, just because I have more control with the finger. Going down the bridge of my nose and on the tip of it. And then I'm gonna blend with using my finger. Just, I feel like I want more right here. Oops, I don't want no highlighter on my lip now. I guess you can kind of see the highlighter, but not really. Kind of. That's just about in Australia. Yeah, Australia is great. They have, like, all the major agencies are based out of Australia. So yeah, talk to your sister, girl. Like, your sister knows. Use that resource. That's a wonderful resource. Maybe y'all can do some shoots together, to help get your face out there, since she's already kind of established. Y'all can do shoots together. All right. Loving the way my face looks. Before I move forward, I'm going to buff over everything with just a little bit of this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Nutmeg. So literally what I'm going to do, I'm going to shake it like this. Shake it. And then whatever's in the cap is what I'm going to use to buff around my face. And I'm going to use a fluffier brush for this, like a rounded, more fluffy brush. And this is just an e.l.f. brush that my dog bit up. You see the bite marks? See the bite marks? That's what happens when you lock your dog in the bathroom and she gets angry at you and then she goes and eats your makeup, or tries to. So I'm just going to take this and swirl it all over my face. And what this does is it blends everything together, and it just softens everything that you've put on your face, and like really blurs it all together. You just want to use a very light dusting, because we're not trying to erase, we're just trying to really blend everything seamlessly. So that's kind of what buffing all over the face does. All right, so we are officially done with the skin for now. If I start to get oily, though, I will add more powder, because I don't like to be oily. I like to be super matte. That's just my preference. So for now, I am done with the face, and we can move on to the fun part, which is, well, I don't really like doing my brows, but I have to because they're almost invisible. But like eyeshadow, that's the fun part for me. I also do have a little bit of powder in my hair, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that now. I just put a little bit of water on my fingertips, and I'll just kind of go over those areas with the water to kind of get rid of the powder that's gotten on my edges. That's how I fix that. Sometimes I'll take gel, sometimes I just wet my fingertips. It really just depends. And since I'm not laying my edges, I don't want to use gel to do it. I'll just use my fingertips like so. You also want to check your hairline and make sure that everything blends into your hairline, and it's not like, but like it just all meshes together. All right. Let's do the brows. I hope they come out good today. Please let my brows come out good. Take a short coffee break. Going back under my eyes with that powder, the Pat McGrath powder brush, the brush I used to set my under eyes. So I felt like it. All right, I'm gonna need a closer mirror. My mirror broke, like the whole mirror just like fell out. I just need to glue it back in. So I have to like hold it with my thumb, but I just love this little hand mirror. It's from the Dollar Tree. I should just get another one. All right, I'm gonna do my brows. Since this is like for a photo shoot, I'm being a little bit more detailed. I'm taking a few extra steps that I normally wouldn't take if it was just me taking pictures in my apartment or right in front of my apartment, because the light there is so good. So first I'm going to brush up my existing brow hair with an old mascara. Y'all know I normally do this, but I stopped doing it before I actually like go in with pencil. So I can really see the shape and how thick to make my brows and all that. And I'm gonna brush the tail just down diagonally. But for the front part, I want all of those to be standing up so I can really see them. And since this is the old mascara, it kind of tints them a little bit, which is good because they can't really be seen against my skin tone with all the foundation and powder and stuff. They kind of get lost in the sauce. And since my brows are super thin, they stand up really easily, like with no problems. All right, now that I've got them all brushed up, I can kind of see the thickness and where I need to fill in with pencil. So I'm gonna start with the line on the bottom. It's relatively sharp, so I think I'll be fine. Let me like hunker down, get anchored. For the line on the bottom, I'm literally going right at the base of the existing hair. I'm following what's already there. All right, so far so good. Next, I'm going to extend, because I started where I actually have hair. Next, I'm gonna bring my brows a little bit closer together. I just prefer that look on me. I think it just looks better on my face when I bring my brows just a little bit closer together. So I'm gonna extend the line just a little bit, and then I'm gonna make some hairs in front of it. So I don't wanna go too crazy, because then it looks crazy. I'm gonna extend it a little bit further. Woo, 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 woo. All right, and now I'm going to draw in some hair strokes at the front of my brows going straight up, well, straight as I possibly can. And you want the lines to be as thin as possible so they look like actual brow hairs. And I kind of draw some within the brow as well. And I'm using very light pressure. Now, here's the thing. If it's not sharp, it'll be kind of dull and it'll be a little wide. And that just happened to me. So I'm going to pause on this side and go to the other side and then sharpen it and come back. Yeah, it happened even worse on this side. I should sharpen it. That's okay though. So now I've got to sharpen the pencil. So you want them to be really small. You don't want them to be thick. So it just doesn't look like real hair. But you don't want it to be too dark. I'm telling you. This pencil I'm using is really intense too. So I'm just taking the under eye concealer brush and I'm kind of going over it to soften it up a little bit. All right, I'm happy with how this one looks. This one still needs some assistance. All right, so the front of this one is giving me troubles, but it's not completely awful. I'm gonna go back to the dried up mascara. I make sure like wipe off the excess even though it is kind of dry. And now I'm going to blend what I've already done together just to see where we're standing before going any further and adding more pencil. Yeah, this side looks a little bit thicker and fuller than this side. That's okay. Now I'm gonna add a few more brow strokes. Hopefully you can see how they're looking kind of fluffy. And now I feel comfortable going in and drawing the top and the tail. So when I draw the top, I'm going to stay very, very close to how thick my brows already are. I don't want to make them any thicker. We're following the hair that's already there. I also don't go all the way to the front. I start about like a centimeter back so that the wispiness stays at the front. I like that look. One brow done. All right, time for this side. All right. One brow always comes out better than the other one. And that's okay. Now I'm just going in and perfecting any areas that look sparse. Making sure my arches are even, that the tails are even, and that everything looks good. I really want to add just like one more hair on this side. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. All right. Now I'm just checking, making sure they're as symmetrical as possible. All right, I'm happy with that. Because I'm lazy and I don't know, I just prefer pencil and I like my brows to be black and kind of dark, but not too much. It can be a little tricky sometimes. It can come out looking kind of crazy. Using the brush that I use for my buffing powder, I'm going to lightly go over the brows with this brush and around them. And then lastly, I'm going to take the skinny side of this dual side mascara. This is the like lower lash side of it. And I'm going to go in and brush the hairs up one last time. All right. Those are the brows. They're not the best, they're not my favorite, but they're not terrible, and that's okay. That's all right with me. They're not awful though. Now it's time for eyeshadow. The fun part. For my look today, I think the only palettes I'm going to need are the Colored Rain Safari Rain palette. I love this. This is a black on business. Looks like this. Love, love, love this palette. We're doing an orange look today, like I said. And then the Viseart Dark Edit palette, which has some really nice mattes that we're going to use. So these are two palettes we're going to use. Let's hop right in. The look is going to be very, very easy and simple. I have a rag over here that I can wipe my brushes off because they've been used multiple times. Make sure there's no color on there. The first shade we're going to start with is this orange. Is this orange shade right there? That matte orange. Look how bright. I'm going to go into my crease with this. And we're going to put it in the whole crease from inner to outer socket. I'm also going to really, really blend this up as well. So in the crease and above the crease. I love the way my skin is looking. Can't wait to show y'all in the natural light because the bathroom light is not the greatest. Even though the quality is better on this phone, it's still not the greatest representation of like how the look is actually coming together. I love Viseart mattes. They're so good. I love Viseart shadows. I actually just got another Viseart palette that came in the mail and I wore it yesterday. But I still think the Dark Edit is my favorite of the two. But I picked up the Libertine palette because it was on sale on Beautylish for 30% off. And I like those shades as well. It has more blues in it than this one. So we're putting this orange all up in the crease, really making sure that it's nice and opaque because we're doing monochromatic looks. So I'm doing orange makeup, I'm doing orange eyes, orange lips, orange outfit. The outfit I'm gonna wear to the shoot is very casual. Well, I'm not sure if that's what I'm gonna wear. I'm thinking it's like the skirt that's like orange and then an orange tank top. It's my Beauty Within like skincare nerd tank top. I just think it's really cute. It'd be really cute with some tennis shoes. I'm not really trying to wear heels, but I have some in the car. I think, I don't know, maybe possibly that I might wear. I'm not really sure if he's doing full body. Like, I don't know. He said he's, I don't know. We'll see what happens. All I know is that we're going to be inside. I think Amelie's is where we're going to shoot, or around Amelie's. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Like I said, feeling like a cool guy. I've talked to him multiple times. I've seen his work. All of it looks very just like natural and real. And that's one thing I liked about his photography. I was like, yeah, I would shoot with him because I don't like super over edited photography. But he doesn't like edit your body or anything like that, or your face to make you look like a whole other person. I don't like that kind of stuff. Makeup is as far as I want to go with looking like a whole other person. All right, with this little brush that's for your lid, I'm taking that same shade and we're gonna put that on the lower lash line area. This brush is very dense, so it should really quickly, even though I don't need to rush, but it'll pack the color pretty fast on the lower lash line. I don't know if y'all can hear my neighbors above me taking a shower and playing music, which is cool with me. It's all good because I do the same thing. And that doesn't really bother me. Music doesn't bother me. I'm a music teacher. I love music. I'm also connecting it to this area, the outer V area, so that we don't have any gaps of skin around the eye. We just want orange eyes. Orange is, I feel like, such a beautiful color on brown skin. Every time I wear orange, I always say this, I feel like a little Reese's cup, which is really funny because that was my childhood nickname because my first name is Charisse. So my parents just call me Reese, Reese's cup. My great grandmother still calls me Reese sometimes. All right, I'm also using this brush to just make it a little bit more opaque on my outer V area, like by pressing it in on like the outer third of my lid with this brush. So that orange really pops and really stands out. Cool story. Now, moving on to the Colored Rain palette, we're going to get our lid shade, which is going to be Tigress. This beautiful shimmery orange. Y'all see that? It's so pretty. I'm going to use my finger to apply this to the lid. Now, I'm being careful because I don't want fallout on my face, and I don't really see any, which is good. So I'm also gonna do some pressing. Oh, I got a little bit of fallout on my face. Okay, we're getting a little bit of fallout. Okay, spoke too soon. So I really do not want fallout, so I'm gonna try and brush away with our buffing brush. Okay, it kind of worked. What fell on my face already? And then I'm going to lay down a little bit of powder. What powder do I want to use? I already like put everything away. Thanks. We're almost done basically. I'm keeping it very simple. So, because I was getting some fallout, I'm going to take the, I hate doing this to this powder. I'm going to take that Pat McGrath powder. I'm just going to put some under my eye like this. And I'll brush it away to hopefully catch any more fallout because I can't with fallout. I can't. I'm going to take whatever's left over. I hate wasting this powder because it's so tiny but very expensive. I'm going to take the leftover and just go on my forehead with it. It's so good. What's a look? All right, back to Tigress. I'm still applying this to my lid. And my fur is not damp or anything. This is dry. Dry finger, dry shadow. And I'm just blending that onto my lid. I'm only doing the inner 2/3 because we're leaving the outer third matte orange. I'm gonna go and blend everything. That shade is so pretty and so dimensional. It's like a true fiery metallic orange. It's so pretty. I love it. Yeah, like I said, I prefer doing my own makeup because I just feel like it just comes out better. Cause I like nobody knows my face like I do other than the Lord because He created me in my mother's womb. So. And I love using my fingers. That's one thing about me. If I don't have to use another brush, I ain't using another brush. I literally am so lazy. I like to keep it as minimal amount of brushes as possible. My dog is barking. I'm sure you hear her. Nola Jean Louise, what's wrong? Going back to the matte orange and the crease brush, the blending brush, we're going to blend around the edges of it to mesh the shimmer with the matte. Wonderful. Then we're going to that brush we used for the lower lash line, outer V. Picking up that same orange shade, I'm going to pack it onto the outer V area. And the outer third of my lid. To blend it into the shimmer. I feel like I need to blend it some more on the edges. Yes. Beautiful. And since we're keeping it monochromatic, I'm not going to put gold in my tear duct. I'm actually going to use the shade that's on my lid, and I'm going to loop it around the tear duct area and like the inner portion of my lower lash line. And to do that, I'm going to use this little liner brush, and I am going to dampen it. So then it's going to be slightly brighter and more vibrant than what is on my lid. Because this area, I always just, with my finger, I just can't get eyeshadow in there effectively. So I'm just going to take this little brush and fill in the gaps. And make sure I get my tear duct and the innermost part of my lower lash line. And my finger just is too big. And I am doing this damp because I'm trying to minimize fallout. And I want it to shine just a little bit more. And I'm getting a bunch of fallout. That's okay. So pretty. I'm just gonna tap a little bit more of the matte orange on the lower lash line. Excuse me. All right, and we are done with eyeshadow. We're gonna brush away this powder and the fallout. Oh, my nose isn't running. Normally my nose like runs, like there's actual snot running out of my nose, but today it's not running. Thank you, Lord. Making sure everything's well blended. All right. We're almost done with the eye look. All we need to do is apply some liner. I'm just gonna line. I'm not gonna do wing, but just to intensify the lash line, I'm gonna add some black liquid liner and mascara, my top and bottom lashes, and then the eyes are done. And all we have left are the lips. And all we have left are the lips. Hey, all we have left are the lips. Okay. Yeah, this went a lot faster than I thought it would. So I still have plenty of time. I don't have to be there until noon. I don't even know what time it is. I'll be right back. Let me check the time. Oh, yeah, I'm doing great on time. Good, 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 good. I don't have to rush. Thank you, Lord. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Mega Liner to literally just apply a line right up against my lashes. I don't know if y'all can see the difference between this side and this side, how this one looks bigger and more open. Basically, I'm tight lining, but I find with liquid liner, it's a lot faster and a lot easier. And I'm not taking it all the way in either. I'm trying to make sure that the line is as smooth as possible. All right. And that really just helps to define my eyes. I love doing that when I have extra time and I care enough to do it. All right, for mascara, we're gonna use Benefit Batagirl Bang Mascara. I love this one because I feel like it lifts, it curls, it voluminizes, it lengthens, all of those things without me having to curl my lashes at all. Like I just put it on and I'm good to go. So I'm going to really build this up and do several coats. And then the eyes are complete. Now, if you wanted to add lashes, you could, and that's great and dandy, but I'm not the best at doing it on myself. I can do it on other people, no problem. On myself, and I really don't have time to like mess up and like ruin the look or start crying and have to like start over. So I'm just not gonna take the chance. I really just need to practice doing it more so I'm more comfortable and confident in doing it on myself and figuring out like placement and stuff for my eye shape, because I don't know, I'm still just not comfortable wearing lashes even. Like I just don't even feel like they look right on me, but when I do wear them I do get compliments. But I don't want to. Like I said, I'm just really gonna layer this mascara up. It really does make a difference. And my lashes, I kind of want to try that new Huda Beauty mascara, the double-ended one. But I have too many right now. I have so many that I need to use, so yeah. She gonna have to wait. See all the pores on my nose that are trying to like come out because I've been using retinols and HAs and BHAs, so my pores are like everything's coming up to the surface. That's why I'm thankful my skin is this smooth today. Like, I have one pimple in my eyebrow. I have another tiny one right there. A couple tiny ones over here on my chin. And then, like, on the bottom of my nose, I can see all of, like, little whiteheads are, like, trying to come out. So it's rather bumpy on my nose. But you can't really see it unless you're super close. So I'm excited, though, when it all does come out, how smooth my skin will be. Like, the texture of my skin has improved drastically. Like, my skin has come such a long way. Thank you, Jesus. We still got a long way to go, though, but I'm so proud and happy with the progress. What is that noise? What's my dog doing? What are my neighbors doing? Sorry, y'all can't see. Hold on, my dog's barking. She's growling, low growling. What's up? Okay, Mama? Oh. Baby. Why are you being mad? I'm gonna bring you in here with me. My dog, y'all. I need to do a photo shoot with her. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna set up one with my dog with a photographer that goes to my church so I can support him. I love orange on my skin tone. This is really coming together quite nicely. If you wanted to add orange blush, you could, but I don't know. I just want to keep the skin, because I want the color focus to be the eyes, the lips, and the clothing. I don't want to put orange blush on. We're just going to keep the skin tone colored. I do want to add a little bit more highlighter, though. Nola June. Nola Louise. Okay. When your dog ignores you. I think it's the UPS man. Or a woman. Or a FedEx person. I'm expecting a package, so. And it sounds like she's at the door now, barking. Nola! All right, lower lashes. I accidentally got some mascara on my lower lash line over on my right eye. But it's okay. I cannot wait to show y'all in the natural light how pretty this looks. All right, I think I am done with mascara. I always say that, and I'm like, let me do one more coat. Let me add just a little bit more. Just like lifting these lashes up a little bit. All right, cool. So what I'm gonna take with me to the photo shoot is the Pat McGrath powder for touch-ups, which is inside of this brush right now. I didn't add any additional, but I know it's in the brush. But I'm gonna take the powder with me and this brush if I need to touch up. I'm gonna take the highlighter in case he wants me to add more. I think I should add more. I'm gonna add a little bit more now, though. That's pretty. And the brush that goes with it, I'm gonna take that with me. I will definitely take the lip products with me, of course, but I don't think I need to bring any other face products. I might bring the contour shade. I don't know. I feel like the contrast is good, but I don't know if he plans to do black and white photos. Sometimes you need to up the contrast for photography. You're going to do it in black and white, especially if you are already colored, because things don't show as contrasty on darker skin as they do on more fair skin. So we'll see. Let's jump into the lips. For the lips, I already know I'm going to use this Bite Beauty, y'all, matte cream lip crown. I cannot see, in the shade Cognac. I love this shade. It is a deep brown. And then we are going to layer this orange lipstick from Wayne Goss in the shade Orchid on top. And I also have an orange gloss from Wet n Wild that I'm going to put on top of that. And this is in the shade Pout of Paradise. Now, before I put on all these lip products, I would love to finish my coffee. And after my coffee, I'm going to brush my teeth. So I'm going to show y'all what the combo looks like. And then I'm going to take it off and brush my teeth, just so you know. And I need to finish my coffee. So let's do that. We're going to finish the coffee. And I still need to do my hair, which won't take me that long. Nope, we're gonna go with, okay, yep. I'm just testing out jewelry. I think I'm gonna do a gold hoop that has like some orange, like an orange jewel on it. And I have a few earring options. But I'm gonna keep it very simple. All right, I'm almost done with coffee. I'm gonna show y'all the lips, then I'm gonna take it off and finish the coffee. I just want to show y'all. I don't know if y'all are interested in seeing me do my hair. If you're gonna watch me do my hair, then I might as well finish this coffee now, so that I can keep the lips on. Well, I just have to take it off to brush my teeth. I don't know. I'm going back and forth. For my hair, I just need to blow dry it to stretch it again and really like style it the way I want it to lay. That's gonna take me like 5 to 10 minutes to do that. Let me show y'all what I got so far in the natural light. So this is like the entrance of the bathroom. You can see. Hey, Nola. And this is in the natural light. How the skin looks. How the eyes look. How they're really simple. Just a shimmer and a matte. 2 shades. And then mascara. How the brows look. I'll show y'all my dog. Let me say hi, Nona. Let me say hi. Hey, pretty girl. That's my dog. Hopefully you didn't see my feet, because my feet are, ooh, they are in need of some work. I did put lotion on them today, so that's a win. Don't know the last time I did that. I cannot wait to put the orange lip on and come back out here and show you in the natural light. This is what we've got so far. I really like the way that it came out. Really like the color of everything. I like the way my skin looks. Yeah, so far so good. All right. Now I can show you the lips and do the hair, and then you'll see kind of what the complete look is, and then I gotta brush my teeth and get dressed and all that stuff. All right, let's do the lips. I already have lip balm on, so they're not dry or anything. But I'm gonna kind of wipe off the excess, so I don't want them to be too slippery. Why do I have glitter under my nose? That's definitely glitter. Oh, I already know, because I accidentally dropped some highlighter down there. With my finger, accidentally went down there. Okay, we're gonna start with cognac because it is a dark brown. And it says matte lip cream, but it's more of like a satin in my opinion. And I'm using it like lip liner. And it's so smooth, it glides on so easy. And it's a nice, rich, warm brown shade. It's literally like one shade darker than my skin, which is perfect for lip liner. I like to overline my bottom lip just a little bit. I think it looks better in pictures. All right, so step one is done. Next, I'm going in with the Wayne Goss lipstick in Orchid, which there's already some brown on here. Which is orange. And now we're going to mix the two together. Ooh, it feels so good on the lips. Do, 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 do. Ooh, so pretty. And then we're going to top it off with a little bit of orange gloss, just to make sure that it's really orange. Okay. And then I use my finger to further blend everything. And to push the gloss to the edges of my lips so that I don't go outside of the line. So pretty. I love this lip combo. It's beautiful. I'll show y'all the completed makeup now. I love the light right here. This is the entrance to the bathroom. And this is the makeup with the orange eyes, orange lips. Imagine a whole orange outfit. Now I just need to brush my teeth because it smells like coffee. My breath smells like coffee. That's not cute. And I don't work well with bad breath. Like, it really like bothers me when my breath smells bad and people are like, do you like this picture? Even though I'm like kind of far away from them when they're showing you the camera. And I'm like, it just makes me self-conscious. But I love the lip combo. You can see how everything blends together, going from the brown to the orange and then putting the gloss on top. I just think it looks so good. So let's do this hair now. I'm still doing great on time. Oh, look at God. God is so good to me. Usually I'm like running behind. All right, for the hair, this is day 2 wash and go hair. And this is what it looks like unstyled. It is very stiff because it's only day 2, so it hasn't really gotten fluffy and voluminous. So to kind of like break the gel cast on it and style it to where it will be a little bit more fluffy, I'm going to stretch it using the blow dryer and using heat, which means that I have to wait, do I have to unplug the light? No, I don't think I have to unplug the light. But I'm going to give you a sound warning now. The blow dryer is loud, so turn off the sound or turn your sound all the way down. And I'm just going to use the tension method and like literally just stretch my hair to shape it. Oop. All right, I've got my lip products, touch-up powder, everything ready to go. The little brushes I need. I've got a hair tie. I just do it in sections around my head. So let me use the blow dryer. I use this Conair 1875 blow dryer. It's really cheap, but it works. You can use a concentrator nozzle if you so desire, but I don't. I gave up on that. Like, yeah. And I'm going to use heat, high speed, so I can do this quickly because I'm not really trying to be here all day. And I go in layers, so we're going to start with the bottom layer of hair first. And I just kind of try not to add frizz. I just kind of try and separate where the curls already are. Okay. Hair tie. For the rest of the hair, we're just gonna do, really? I missed a whole piece. This blue and this orange is giving me life too. But I missed a whole piece over here. Oh well. So we're gonna do this back section first, and I use the tension method. So I just kind of grab the whole section, and you can see I'm leaving the ends curly because I don't want the ends to get stretched. I just want the roots to get stretched and like softened. And remember, this is hot heat, high speed, so it burns a little bit, but it goes by really fast. Okay. Yeah, that's so much better. I can already feel a difference. And when I do this, the roots get a little bit more frizzy. You can see that. But the ends stay really defined. And that's what I like. I like when my ends are defined, like the bottom like inch is super defined. But like the roots and the length of my hair are frizzy. That's how I get the most volume. So yeah, this is working. And usually by day 3, I usually only have to stretch my hair once with heat. But since I'm trying to get day 3, day 4 hair on day 2 hair, I'm having to do a little extra. So we're going to do this little section over here. Same like tension method. See, pulling it taut. Boom. I mean, it's real quick on high heat, high speed. And you can already see I'm getting more volume. And that's what I'm after by doing this. Ouch, ouch. Okay, bro. we're gonna do this section all together. And then I'm kind of like just scrunching out the crunch a little bit. But yeah, see, it's already a little bit more voluminous, which is what I want. But the curls are still really defined on the ends. Perfect. So this side is good. Let's finish over here. It's quite a big section. We're gonna break it up. Ow. Break it up, break it up, break it up. We can do, this is also kind of a big section. We'll do it all together. So leaving those ends super curly, but stretching the roots. I cannot stress that enough. And it doesn't take long, like just a few seconds. And then go in and kind of scrunch out the crunch. Scrunch out the crunch. And this helps to elongate my hair and give it some more fullness. Yes, fullness. Which gives it a little bit more body, more movement. I have gel. I mean, not gel, but makeup on my edge over here. There we go. Don't want to put water back in my hair though, that'll cause it to shrink. And we don't want it to shrink. It's already humid enough outside, but the gel cast should protect me from my hair shrinking up too much, hopefully. Like I want a little bit of a gel cast, but it's still very like crunchy and stiff. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're almost done with the hair. We're almost done with this whole getting ready process, literally an hour and a half later, which is pretty typical of me getting ready for like a photo shoot or something nice and formal where I really want to be cute. Okay. Woo! Whoa, that got a little too straight. Sometimes that happens too. My hair is very easy to like manipulate. I mean, do y'all see how stretched those roots got? Whew, yeah, but I'm loving the volume though. Yes, this is perfect. Everything's going so well this morning. Thank you, Lord. I do not want to take that for granted because y'all, I'm telling you, it's usually not this smooth going for me, and that's okay, you know? It helps you grow. It helps you appreciate when things do run smoothly and are going well in life. So I'm just going to do the very roots at this part. Closer I get to the top, the less I do. Like I might not even do, yeah, I'm not even going to do this portion. Wow, it looks, can you tell the difference from before I started to now? Please tell me you can. I can feel the difference. I can see the difference. There's just so much more volume to my hair. It looks so much better. So much better. I'm trying to decide, I don't know if I want the hair, the bangs in front, or if I want to like do them to the side. I don't know, but I'm loving the way this turned out. That is it for The hair, like I said, I'm not slicking my edges. I'm not laying my edges. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I'm not feeling like that girl today. It's not a necessity for cute hair. But yeah, so I'm going to leave that part totally curly and not stretched. The very top layer. It feels so much better. So much better. Has so much more volume and movement now. I was so stiff before. All right. And I like my hair to be in a triangle shape. Or like a wedge. That's how I prefer for it to be. It feels so much better. Thank you, Lord. It feels so good. So much better. But yeah, this is a 2-product wash and go. This is day 2. All right. I love the way it came out. Let's see how I look with a gold hoop, or if I want to do the other earrings. I might just do a simple gold hoop because it'll go with all the outfits. But I also have a gold hoop that has a little bit of orange on it. And they're smaller than these. Let me go grab those real quick. Y'all can help me decide. Yeah, I think I might like these more. So these are like smaller, and you see they have the orange detail. I like a simple hoop, but sometimes I just feel like these are, I don't know, too big. Sometimes I need like a slightly smaller size. And the other thing is I don't want my hair to get tangled. That's because my hair gets tangled in earrings very easily because it's so coily. As you can see, it gets caught in stuff, gets caught on itself. Okay, I like the smaller ones. Yeah, we'll do these ones for the whole shoot. Do I want a necklace? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking keep it super simple. Do I want a bracelet? I don't know. Maybe I'll just bring those things with me. I'll ask him how he wants me to accessorize. If I were to bring a necklace, it would be this one. This is one of my favorites. And it has the word grace in Arabic. I've been learning Arabic on Duolingo. But yeah, I feel like when you start adding too many accessories, so it takes away from the makeup as a focus. Yeah, I don't want a necklace. I could do a bracelet though. But y'all, this concludes the look with the finished hair and makeup. This is how I'm gonna shoot. I'm about to change. I'm already like moisturized and everything. I literally just need to put the clothes on, get in my car, and go and brush my teeth. I gotta brush my teeth, so I gotta take this off. So I don't want it to get all over my toothbrush. Some of it just got all over my face, but you know, hey, you know, I'll blend it out. Cool story. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me get ready and seeing how everything turned out and seeing it in the natural light and just seeing kind of my process. As you can tell, I kind of had a plan and a vision in mind. We kind of came up with the plan together, the photographer and I, but it's not like 100% set in stone. And I kind of like that because you can just go with the flow when you get there and just make it happen. We have a general theme. So yeah. Wish me luck. If you want to see the pictures and everything, then follow me on my social media, which is the same as my name here on YouTube. Also Berry Saxy. Because I love the baritone saxophone. I plan to get one by 30, so in 2 years. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about anything pertaining to the look, anything like that, comment them down below. I enjoyed hanging out with y'all this morning. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.